Hey guys, Foff here. Wanted to take some time to talk about the BF5 release information, the videos that have been coming out of EA Play, and just some of my thoughts on that. Just start off saying I love the new squad revive function. I think when BF4 was out and they didn't have a dedicated medic class. It was the assault class had the medic functionality. I thought that was a good game mechanic, and then they designated a specific medic class, which I think took a little bit away from that. So to have it to where you can at least revive other teammates. I think it's a really good addition to the franchise. I like the new animations for that stuff as well. It's taking a lot longer to do a squad revive than it does a regular medic revive. I think that's pretty cool, and that's totally fair. We'll say this though. From all the videos that I saw, it just looks like Battlefield 1 reskinned. I mean, it's running the same engine. They've obviously been working on it constantly for the last 5 or 6 years or whatever, but same engine. It really does just look like a reskin. And for me, I think my biggest concern would be any lingering bugs that have been in BF1, that have been in BF4. Such as like the revive bugs, where if you get revived, you can't move your gun up or down, or you have the jitters, or but the other day I got revived and I couldn't move. I literally could not move out of my spot. So I hope that they've reworked it, fixed the issues. At least with that. I'm personally not a big fan of the Grand Operations mode, so a lot of the video, I'm just like, whatever. I personally play a lot of Conquest in Battlefield 1, although in Battlefield 4, the majority of my play was probably in Team Deathmatch. I started playing a lot of Conquest towards the end of the Battlefield 4 life cycle. But I really like Team Deathmatch in BF4, and BF1 it was really lacking in the Team Deathmatch area, really. I see Battlefield 5 being very similar in how Team Deathmatch will probably play out. And there are a few reasons for that.
That's an enemy scout.
One of the main reasons I think is going to be the time to kill, because it's virtually identical, in my opinion, from what I've seen, to BF1. Like the Mondragon Storm, for instance, takes 3 shots to kill somebody. Bang, 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 they're dead, right? Well, the medic rifle that I saw today in one of the videos that was posted, it was the same thing. Bang, 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 dead. So, I hope that they give a little bit more variety there. I hope that they have a good amount of guns that come out, not just the handful that they first released with Battlefield 1.
Someone patch me up.
I love that you can toss back the grenades now. I saw that animation. Jack Rags posted it. Thought that was really cool. And the fact that you can shoot the grenades, whatever, It takes a pretty accurate eye to actually shoot a grenade out of the air, but at least we can throw them back now, which I think will be really cool. I love the new tank class. In BF4, you had to be really good to do really well in a tank. There's no doubt about it. You couldn't just be a noob, get in a tank, and go on a major kill streak. You had to know what you were doing. It was always good if you had somebody from your squad that was talking to you and helping you out and doing repairs. BF5, I think is a lot like the F4 in that respect. You apparently can't do repairs while you're in the vehicle. You have to actually physically get out of the vehicle to do repairs, which is a good step in the right direction. And the limited ammo in Battlefield 1 and even Battlefield 4, you had unlimited ammo, just regenerated. But in Battlefield 5, limited ammo, you'll have to go back to some sort of supply station, from what they were saying, to refill on ammo, which I think is a very good addition, and it's realistic. As of right now, you know, you go into a Battlefield 1 game, and it's not uncommon for guys to go on 30, 40, 50 kill streaks, you know, 50-person kill streaks in a tank. If they're good enough, they can go on these major streaks, and it can be a little annoying if you're on the wrong end of it. Let's see here. So, you know, that's my take on that. I think, and I like tanks. I like getting in a tank every once in a while and just, you know, blasting people. You know, I don't mind going on a 20 or 30 or 40 person kill streak myself every once in a while, but you know, sometimes when you're on the losing end of it, or you can't get in a tank, you know, there's other guys that are grabbing them. You know, if you're on the losing end of that, it can be tough. It can be tough. So, one thing I also noticed was looting seems to be simplified. So in the videos I watched, basically, you know, if there was a downed enemy, you could basically just run over his weapon and pick up his ammunition. Now, I don't know if that'll go for friendlies and enemy soldiers. And I think it might be a situation where you have to have the same weapon. I'm not exactly sure how that mechanic's going to work, but I happened to notice that little tidbit, so that was pretty interesting. So even though a lot of the talk leading up to you know, EA Play was focused on, oh, you're going to need to work more as a team, get resupplies. I think being able to just run over a downed player's weapon and picking up his ammunition is really cool. So I don't think it's going to be so much of an issue, even as far as team play goes. Let's see here. One thing I noticed that I thought was kind of funny is that when you kill an enemy in Battlefield 5, there's a kill skull displayed, which just looks so similar to Call of Duty. I have to call it, you know, got to call a spade here. You know, it just, I don't know. I'm not a Call of Duty fan, so, you know, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, it's a little Call of Duty-esque, you know? Now, one thing I really haven't seen the use of is the squad leader commander options. I don't know what they're calling it exactly, but I guess you can call in tanks, like a specific tank that only the commander can call in if you're working as a squad very well. The rocket, the V1 rocket, I think it was referred to. I haven't seen any of that specifically, how that action works. Really looking forward to seeing more of that, because I'll tell you, it was, for me, now I didn't play a lot of Commander in Battlefield 4, but when Battlefield 1 came out, and there was no Commander option, I think that was kind of missed, to be honest with you. You know, in Battlefield 4, if you had a Commander and the other team didn't, and your Commander was good, you know, that other team was at a huge disadvantage. Now, that was kind of a bad thing, because if you got a good commander, then your team was at a huge advantage, and if their team didn't even have one, then they could be at a really big disadvantage there, kind of like a behemoth situation. Yeah, so it's nice to see that kind of coming back, and it's nice to see how it's being implemented, and that each squad will have a commander. So I think if you learn that feature and function, I think your team's going to definitely be better off. The behemoths aren't returning to Battlefield 5 from what I've seen and heard. So I'm very happy about that. Wasn't really a big fan of the behemoths, you know, and now if you know how to kill them, it's so easy. I mean, like the behemoth airship, there's 4 main parts that you focus on: the tip, the tail, and then there's 2 portions on the side. And I mean, you can literally take one down in 2 minutes using an AA or the AA artillery truck. They're very easy to take down. Tranks, the train can be a little bit more difficult, particularly if they just stay back in their base, you know, but obviously nobody cares. If they stay back in their base, they're not really helping their team anyway. And basically whoever you got in the driver's seat kind of could make or break how a behemoth works. If they didn't get it set in the right position, or if they didn't even try to move up, that was a problem. So I'm glad to see that they're going. Fortification. You know, a lot of people really liked seeing that added to Battlefield 5. For me, it kind of worries me just a bit. And that's for, you know, having a lack of a better term at this point. I was watching some video of them fortifying an area, and the guy he got 71 points for fortifying an area, which took all of about 4 seconds to do. 71 points in 4 seconds just to throw some sandbags, you know, or what is essentially the new repair. So, you know, that seems a lot. I mean, you know, you do 4 or 5 fortifications, you know, you're getting a ton of points. Plus, you just took a base and this, that, and the other thing. So it just seems like a lot of point padding that I think noobs would end up doing. So that's what I think about the Battlefield 5 release. That's, you know, most of the information that I think I have at this point. Let me know in the comments what you think about, you know, what I've discussed today. Also, please subscribe and like this video, share the video, and well, again, this is Boff, and I'm signing off. Thanks, guys.